I have sweated enough salt to make a margarita. If you want to see why and what made me do that, hit that subscribe button down there. That one. It's free. Hit that like button and stick around because I've been working and I've been sweating and it might be worth a watch. Hey everybody, welcome to Beeler Family Farm. It's August, it's 90 degrees and we're planning for the fall garden. Even in this heat, it's crazy. I know, stick around. Let's figure out what we're going to do. Well, it is August the 2nd, and we just finished harvesting potatoes, kind of the late batch. You can see there, big old tote full of taters. We're gonna have to sort some because I see a couple that are weepy. But what we're gonna do today, this is what's left of our first batch. I know, I didn't say squirrel. So we're gonna take what's left of that first batch of potatoes and some of this most recent batch of potatoes, which is collectively a mix of red potatoes, some russet type, and some Yukon Golds. And I'm going to put them in a box so that they can start to sprout and set eyes so we can plant potatoes in about 2 or 3 weeks. Think about remodeling, construction. There's always boxes around. So what I'm looking for is potatoes that aren't rotten. You guys probably can't see me way down there. All right, so just some average sized potatoes. We're gonna get some of them, some of these. All of the, I'd say perfect sized ones, we've kind of done something with. All these are nice sized potatoes, but this was in the first couple rows of the russet types. But we have freeze dried and put away a bunch of potatoes already. I don't know why I'm bringing them all the way up here. It doesn't make sense. We actually made like some hash brown potatoes that we cooked with onions and carrots and garlic, all stuff from the farm, from the garden. And then after it was cooked, we froze it on the trays and then put it in the freeze dryer. I specifically, I'll show you, I pick up these potatoes, these smaller potatoes. They're great to like boil and then smash them, but they also are really great little seed potatoes. That's pretty good. I'm leaving a few behind there that are kind of less desirable. I've never had success growing my spring crop of potatoes and carrying them all the way through the winter. I don't have a root cellar. I don't have a great spot to hold them over. And that just is, it's problematic, causes me issues. But fall potatoes, right, you change that dynamic by several months. That was a little squishy. And then all of a sudden, your storage window looks better. And I can usually carry them over and have potatoes all the way through spring and something to plant. Now when I was a kid, long ago, when I was a kid, we used to raise potatoes in the big family garden. And every summer, one of us grandsons, my grandfather, would run the tractor. I can get that on here on the ground. My grandfather would run the tractor, and one of us boys would walk with the potato plow, which was originally horse-drawn, And we would, that's a nice potato. We would be in charge of rolling them potatoes up out of the ground. And then Grandpa would, or my dad or one of my uncles would grab the pickup truck after everything was up out of the ground. And we would quite literally load a pickup worth of potatoes into the family root cellar, which was between my mom and dad's house and my grandparents' house and my aunt and uncle's house. Because way back in the day, when my mom and dad got married, both of which are gone now, my grandparents gave each of their children a fourth of a city block to build a house on. That's kind of how it worked back then if you were fortunate. And that's where my mom and dad ultimately built a house, not right off the bat after they got married, but ultimately. And that's where me and my six siblings, 4 brothers, 2 sisters, grew up. And we kept that place until after both of my parents were gone, and we all had families, and none of our children were either of the age to want the property, or they all had families of their own. So we kept it in the family. We sold it to our nephew. Well, I guess cousins, more technical, probably the more accurate description. And him and his wife were raising a whole house full of kids in it, and it is perpetuating another family. We're getting pretty close, I think, to what we want for seed potato there. So I'm just picking through. I'm making sure that all the nice big pretty potatoes are staying in the tote. We've still got some sorting to do, but I plan on putting out a pretty big potato field this fall. I'm not sure that we will need them all, but if not, we have some neighbors that's got several kids, and we'll give them potatoes, and we're going to plant a big carrot patch for the fall as well. It's kind of the same situation. So that's easily probably, let's take a look. I bet that's 20 pounds of potatoes in there, maybe 15. Can y'all see that all right? That's not bad. So all we're going to do with that, we're just going to fold it up. I'm struggling with the camera today, in case you haven't noticed. Warm and dark. We'll get us started. I'm just going to set them right here, right by the big tote. Some of those are going to become freeze-dried instant mashed potatoes. Did I mention it's 90 degrees already today? Seems like a crazy time to be thinking about potatoes and broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower type stuff, but here we are. So that part's done. I'll see you in a few minutes at the farm. We're going to plow and till some space. All right. I'm probably not cool enough for the hat and the glasses, but it's hot and it's sunny and I got a bald head, so here we are. This morning, what you guys kind of missed was we had some straggler sweet potato slips, so I put those in. I need to get a little more water on them. Our big compost pile was way up there. I spread compost over there where the tractor is, which now has the plow on it. And I composted this and I put rabbit manure on it. This is where the potatoes were. That's where the carrots are going. Potatoes going up there, and I'm going to plow a good section here in the middle that I didn't do any amendments to because there's a bunch of old wood chips and stuff there that I'm going to plow in. So we'll have potatoes, carrots, and then cold, cool weather vegetables over there. Brussels sprouts, cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower. Try to get a fall crop of that because our spring crop, the cabbage did good, but we ate that. Didn't really have any left to store. But it is what it is. I'm going to set you guys up right here. We're going to plow this little section up. This is where the wheat was. That was a failure because the water hemp and the foxtail dramatically outpaced the growth of the wheat. It was our first try, so you know, learning experience. This has got 2 or 3 inches of compost on it. It's a year old plus. And I've just got my single bottom plow on. We're going to break this up. Hooey. Doing all right. Let's have a small lesson on soil here. Okay, going to be a pretty distinct difference. Here over has not been amended in any way. Here this way, that's 2 years worth of amendments. Now this is good soil, make no mistake. But this soil that I've been layering stuff on for a couple years, and you can see the difference there. This was drier, a lot more powdery. This is obviously holding more moisture. Just overall looks better. Looks better overall. I'm not going to plow that because I just dug potatoes out of there, so it's already broke up. I will put you guys, I think I'll put you on the plow, and we'll go plow that spot for the broccoli, cabbage, and cauliflower. I'm going to go get a significantly larger wrench so I can adjust that plow. That's why it's not digging very deep, because that soil's hard. I'll be right back. I know you guys can't see me, and I don't have a microphone on, but what we got to do is change the angle of the dangle. And what I mean by that is that when the plow is trying to engage the ground, the tip of it is too flat, too parallel to the earth. So, oh, sorry there, guys, sorry. So we need to increase that angle of attack. Wrong way. So that the point of the plow digs down into the soil more. Over where it was soft, it didn't make much difference because it doesn't take much to pull it down in the ground. But we'll try that. It don't necessarily need to be a lot. Holy smokes, that was rough. I'm gonna put you guys in the shade. I'm gonna go get the tiller. But we broke through. Had some hard pan in it. And we'll break all this up with the tiller and it's gonna look beautiful. Be back in a minute. All right, tiller is on. I'm gonna set you guys up and we're gonna time lapse this because you're overheating, I'm overheating, and I ain't feeling it today. Not getting that hot. So let's get this thing done. I'm cooked. The tractor's kind of cooked too. I mean, it's hot. Tilling is easily the hardest thing on your tractor. Even baling hay, that flywheel on the baler really absorbs a lot of that energy. But tilling is just brutal, especially if you're a little bit compacted like this one spot was. They don't look great. I'm going to let them set a few days. I'll probably come back and run through it again. I was going to stretch some clear plastic over them to solarize them, but I think I'm going to let them rest until I'm home from work next week and till them again and then solarize them. That'll give everything that's in there a chance to kind of dry up and break out a little better. This thing is going to sit here and idle so it can cool off, and we're going to try to pull some carrots, I think. It's not a lot of carrots, but considering they were neglected pretty severely, it's more carrots than we had, and they're going to get washed and I'll vacuum pack them and we'll have some carrots. I'm going to plant a lot more for fall, I think, see if we can up that production. I'd like to say that I'm going to be significantly more diligent about taking care of them, but we'll see how that goes. We're going to hope for fall rains and good luck, probably. So anyway, thanks for watching.